what the future may still hold. And Dr. Ikedi Ohakim is not a newcomer to the politics of Imo State. His rise, his time in the office, his political battles, and his continued engagement with public affairs have made him one of the most recognizable political figures in the country and in the state, Imo State. And for many people, the name Ikedi Ohakim immediately brings back memories of the period between 2007 and 2011 when he served as the governor of Imo State. And it was a defining chapter, one marked by ambitious ideas, policy decisions, public debates. Ladies and gentlemen, this morning, we will be discussing his political journey. We'll reflect on how far so far and what the 2027 brings. We have joining us live in the studio, Kennedy. You help me with the name so that I wouldn't mispronounce the names. As
Kennedy Ewama Esquire, as he prefers to be called. He's the Director of Media and Publicity of the Bring Back Ohakim BBO 2027 project. We also have Venerable Amarachukwu Duru, PhD, a member Strategic Leadership Council of the Bring Back Ohakim 2027 project. Gentlemen, welcome to our studios.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much for joining us. Yesterday marked the birthday of His Excellency Dr. Ikedi Ohakim. Beyond the celebrations and goodwill messages, how would you describe the man, Ikedi Ohakim, his character, personality, and leadership temperament?
Thank you very much. This is a very buoyant question. The man Ikedi Ohakim can best be described as the living Nostradamus of Imo State. The man who saw Imo State 30 years ahead of time. Because most of the programs being handled presently, they were all conceived by him. He's a visionary. He's a pragmatic leader. He's a leader with broad-mindedness. He's a leader with large heart who plays politics without bitterness. In the course of this, I will elaborate. But in a concise form, that is the man, His Excellency, Dr. Ikedi Ohakim, GSSI KC, former governor of Imo State.
Okay, we want you to elaborate because we're going to touch some very important issues this morning on the show. You describe him as intelligent, articulate, confident, politically experienced. In your assessment, which of these qualities has contributed most to his political relevance over the years?
Generally, all the qualities. The man, Ikedi Ohakim, is such a fellow you will always like to interact with. He's a very decent man. I can bet it, of all the governors that have governed Imo, none is intellectually savvy as Ikedi Ohakim.
Right from before he served or after he served?
Before he served up to the present day.
Interesting.
With due respect to all of them, none is as intellectually savvy as Ikedi Ohakim. If you look at during his time, Imo was adjudged the cleanest state in the whole federation. He procured Iroma equipment. Iroma is the Imo Rural Road Maintenance Agency. The present government under the distinguished Senator Hope Uzodem has revived it. Ohakim bought graders, bought caterpillars. The idea is to take development to the rural areas and then cut off rural-urban migration. But unfortunately, after the political coup of 2011, all those things vanished. Imo reclined to the military era.
Okay, we're going political now. I love the charge in your voice this morning. And we introduced both gentlemen in the studio as one Director of Media and Publicity, Bring Back Ohakim BBO 2027. And the second gentleman, Member Strategic Leadership Council BBO 2027. For the purpose of this interview, tell us the full meaning of BBO.
BBO means Bring Back Ohakim.
So it's official.
It's official
that he will be contesting ahead of the November 2027 governorship election.
People are beckoning on him. People are. If you let me refer you to Acts of the Apostles 16, verse 9.
All right.
and Matthew 7 verse 7. Let me start with the Acts of the Apostles 16 verse 9. When Paul had a dream, Apostle Paul, a man was saying, come over to Macedonia and help us, because the people of Macedonia were suffering. And in Matthew 7 verse 7, it says, seek, you shall find. Knock, it shall be opened unto thee. Ask, it shall be given. And the more people are earnestly asking, His Excellency Ikedi Ohakim, please come back. Will you have an unfinished vision for Imo State? Take us back, because during his time, the civil service, oh God, the civil service was very robust.
We will get there. We will get to his time in office. Let's head to Venerable. Listen to Venerable. Yes.
The Bring Back Ohakim organization embarked first on getting signatories, petitioning, and asking His Excellency to run.
Okay.
And we have been able to raise over 100,000 signatories.
So
binded into a book.
Over 100,000 persons are asking
him to run,
to come.
And we yesterday we presented that booklet to him.
So that's actually what brought about the group Bring Back Ohakim BBO 2027.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay, so Venerable, let me take it from this point. Venerable Amara Chukuduru, PhD. I love calling the word PhD. Kennedy knows my bias. So tell us, what has been the activities? First and foremost, Dr. Ikedi Ohakim turned how many years?
69.
60.
69.
69.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. Congratulations. On behalf of I and Mike, please extend our warm wishes to him on his birthday. So, Venerable, please tell us, what has been the activities that you've lined up for the 69th birthday celebration of Dr. Ohakim?
Okay, the 69th birthday celebration is a build-up to the 70th. It's actually a build-up to the 70th birthday, which will hold on the 4th of August. 2027. However, for this week, this period, we started with charity visit to Umuguma Specialist Hospital, where patients, the abuse were paid. Patients were given money to assist them
to the tune of almost 2 million.
Wow.
We had to. It was a very successful outing. People were made happy. Patients who never had any hope, because we came without notice. We only liaised with the management to let us know patients who are critically in difficulty. And we did that yesterday in the morning by 9 a.m. From 9 a.m. till 12 noon. After that, we had a press conference addressing the issues within the Imo political landscape. All the major topical issues were addressed. And after that, we now had the birthday ceremony proper.
Okay.
And that birthday ceremony proper created a networking for all the various political support groups. As you can see, we are in the Strategic Leadership Council. It is strategic for all Ohakim support groups to network together and work as a team. So that was yesterday. That networking was properly done, because this man has mentored many of us, nurtured many of us, supported men of generations, opened doors and shaping the minds and strengthening them to succeed. So we gathered yesterday to network. And thirdly, we are today in Groove. Other persons are in Echo FM, and other persons are in Oziza FM. We decided to dominate the airspace of Imo, to celebrate a man we believe in him. Because we not just believe in him, we know he will deliver. And he's a pragmatic person, and he's a trained technocrat. And that is the gift Imo has. That is the gift we are giving to Imo people.
Okay, I will still teach you back to politics. I love politics a lot, even though my co-host did bring me back to the social life of Dr. Ikedi Ohakim. Now, you said that is one of the reasons looking at him to run. Now, I will ask, what would you consider the major achievements of the Ohakim administration, and which projects or policies should still be remembered and say, oh, it was during Ohakim's time that this was achieved in Imo State?
Okay. I know that you will easily forget in a hurry the Clean and Green Initiative, which made Imo Owerri and Imo State the cleanest state in Nigeria for 3 consecutive years. You won't forget the 10,000 job that gave opportunity for young people to be enrolled into the public service without going through protocols of who you know and the breaches of who you don't know. When he was in office, I was a consultant to Minister of Health. I worked as an environmental health officer, and that opportunity got lost. Many people lost out. People got job, worked for 6 months, relocated to Owerri, and Richard's government came and truncated it. The Sopadec is another institution he instituted. Before that time, what they do to the money that comes from the Sopadec is to distribute it. But he considered the Sopadec and gave a law, instituted a law that protects it, so that the oil producing areas now have an attention, a necessary attention that reduced the unrest in that area. The masses had a relief. Also, you see that the Iroma is an important project. When Ohakim left government, the trucks were there. For one, I, in my parish, hired the Iroma people to come and help, and they had to feel the environment where I lived in St. Stephen's Church in Berger. It was easy because the facilities were there. But now, all those trucks, the low beds, the graders, the bulldozers have all been sold out. They are no more seen in Imo. The succeeding government wasted all these things. So you can reel out and continue to reel out.
Let me add to that. Ohakim brought an innovation in the transportation system. The first time in the history of southeastern Nigeria, vehicles were procured in their hundreds and distributed to low-income earners. It was a superlative thing to behold. Then he started what we call the most ambitious road project in Imo State that linked almost all the over 400 autonomous communities, starting from Ukoj to terminate at Ayazumise, leading you to Umuahia. So you can from there bypass, go to Umuahia without even hit over the capital city. But immediately he left, the whole thing collapsed. The civil service was very robust. You don't need to know who the governor was. You don't need to beset government house for anything. The palm sex were given as civil service rule provided. A maximum limit of 5 million to approve contracts, 3 million, sorry. Commissioners up to 5 million. Petty contracts. So you the youth, everybody
were involved. Okay.
The economy was very buoyant. But immediately Ohakim left, everything went into coma.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, there is no way, if I allow you to read out these things, we won't leave the studio today. And I will also want the public, we will throw the lines open to ask you questions. But Dr. Ohakim lost re-election bid in 2011, and you reeled out these things. Will you say it was a political factor that contributed to his defeat, or he was rejected by Imolites? Because if he achieved this much, he shouldn't have lost election in 2011.
Thank you very much. I expected this question.
Okay.
It's very interesting because we will unearth so many things that happened. Ohakim didn't lose that 2011 election. Imo people voted for Ohakim.
But INEC didn't declare him winner.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Because I was an insider. I'm still an insider. I'm a practicing journalist. It was a democratic coup. a democratic coup that forced him out. He didn't lose to people. Let me explain. A former senator in this state.
A coup in the face of democracy.
Yes. A former senator in this state who has benefited from democracy wrote a memo, published a memo, where she owned up
that she hired the military.
That she hired the military, connived with the then presidency to make sure Ohakim never came back because she lost the senatorial bid. If you wouldn't set election, Ohakim was then of the PDP. The military turned against the PDP, flogging PDP people like mad. What was Ohakim's problem? Because he remained firm. He said, no, I won't compromise. Imo people voted me, let me serve Imo people. There was another wicked propaganda they did, that he beat the Reverend Father.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yes, I'm coming. I will elucidate on all these things.
Okay.
They sang a song, Father here, also meaning somebody who beat the Reverend Father. But this father, I won't mention his name because of respect for the church. Immediately that thing happened, they transferred the Reverend Father to an remote area of Ahajebema so that he will be kept off public view. But Professor Vitalis Orike Zajumbe, who is from Ikedi, because the Reverend Father in question is also from Ikedi. As I said, I won't mention his name. Trace him to where he was. Ask him, Father, you are my younger brother. Tell me the truth. Did Ohakim flog you or order for you to be flogged? The father said no. He didn't even cite His Excellency Ikedi Ohakim. And nobody flogged him. You know, the Catholics, I'm a Catholic, we are very passionate about our Reverend Fathers. We can give our Reverend Fathers our last kobo and staff. It became a sing-song. Father came back, took it up. But I'm happy. When the dust settled, Father came back, apologized. The video clip is everywhere. That Ohakim was an innocent man. He should forgive him. Even the Catholic Church here, that masterminded the whole thing, turned around to apologize to Ohakim, giving him a word upon this just to make amends. So what I'm trying to tell you, what happened to Ohakim? Ohakim didn't lose. And at the next office, the returning officer for Guta.
So you think it was a propaganda then?
It was a propaganda.
Him.
Let me tell you what.
So was it a case of not being managed well by those around Dr. Ikedi Ohakim then, or is it a case of public perception gone wrong?
None of the two.
None of the two.
It was an intentional.
It was an intentional act.
The propaganda was focused on bringing him down. Because when he sought audience with the leadership of
we were there at the ENAC office. On Hajebema results, Uguta results were to be announced. The returning officers were there with the results. And Ohakim, if those results had been announced, Ohakim won landslide. Yes. All of a sudden, both of them disappeared. When they had already registered that they have arrived with their results, they are waiting for the next result to finish. Then they will come up. All of them, the two of them disappeared. They never surfaced again. The next thing we had, rerun. And that rerun, Imo was militarized. Have you seen where a PDP federal government is flogging a PDP at the state level? And the senator in quote, owned up, it's a public document that she arranged the military to make sure that Ohakim was ousted. I mean,
okay,
who's fooling who?
Angela, I think you can take over from here. Interesting conversation we're having this morning. Of course, we're discussing Dr. Ikedi Ohakim, former governor of Imo State, of course, who celebrated his birthday yesterday. And we have two gentlemen in the studio, Kennedy Eweyama Esquire, Director of Media and Publicity, Bring Back Ohakim 2027, and Venerable Amarachukwu Duru, PhD, Member Strategic Leadership Council, BBO 2027.
Gentlemen, welcome again to our studios. Mr. Eweyama, no, Esquire Eweyama, that's he prefers to be addressed as Esquire. So let me play. Of course, I know I have certain interests, but at this point I have dropped them off. And so the question will be, there is a Charter of Equity. Supposedly, there's a document called Charter of Equity. in public space. We've heard Governor Hope Uzodinma tell the Council of Elders, is it Imo Council of Elders, to give him permission to actually reflect their wish, which is that PA should return to the Owerri zone. I know you are from Ikedi Ohakim, one of the two. You are from Ikedi, so which means that you're actually from Owerri zone.
Yes.
How would you situate your clamor for the return of Dr. Ohakim, who is actually from Imo North or Kigwe zone?
I'm looking at it dispassionately.
Yeah.
I'm looking at competence. I'm looking at experience. Imo cannot afford to do experimentation again.
Over zoning.
I'm coming.
Okay.
Equity must be premised on good conscience, on fairness and justice. Equity started in 1999 with Achiku Denwa. It was meant, note, equity is not the law. Anybody telling you that the Imo Charter of Equity has been passed by the House of Assembly, that person is not being truthful to himself and to Imo people. Equity started in 1999 with Olozon, Achike. Ordinarily, Owerri zone would have taken it, but they said, let's begin with Achike. From Achike, 8 years went by. He went to Ohakim. Ohakim should have gone his second tenure to complete Okigwe's term, and then it will seamlessly move to Owerri zone. But unfortunately, some leaders of Owerri zone, not all, because even the senator in quote is also from Owerri zone. So not all Owerri zone people, we are very, very conscious. But of course, among 12, there must always be a Judas. Because of selfish interests, they wanted this, they wanted that. The fact they cannot, browbeat Ohakim into doing their dictates. They went into this conspiracy. So if equity must come back, it must begin where it stopped. Equity without justice, equity without good conscience, equity without fairness is inequity. So what the Elders Council did, incidentally, I was even the chief press secretary to the Elders Council when this Charter of Equity came on board. So I know it from A to Z. The foundation was very faulty. You can't take the chairman of the strategic committee of the Elders Council. He's from Ikedi, I won't call his name. How can he sit in the judgment over your own case? It's like me now asking me to go and sit in judgment against my son. No matter what he did, to an extent, I will give him a lighter punishment. Do you understand me?
So you do not believe in the document?
No, we don't believe in that. Equity must go back to where it stopped.
But the argument here is, if the Charter of Equity is ignored, it could create a deeper sense of political exclusion for some zones. And maybe that is the reason.
If I may come in here.
Okay, go ahead, Venerable.
When you look at the equity as it is presently presented to Imo people, you find out that it is an exclusion of Okigwe.
Yes.
Instead of bringing harmony, it will bring a greater conflict.
Cacophony in the system.
A conflict that the people will fight within themselves the more. Because one, every governor in Imo State over years had Udenwa chose Okigwe man as his deputy, 8 years. Ohakim chose an Owerri zone for 4 years. And in his second term bid, he still used Owerri zone. Rochas came, Owerri. When he removed Judah Basro, he brought Prince Ezemadamari, Owerri. Ikedi Ohakim, for that short period, picked Irona. Now, the present-day governor, distinguished Senator Sopo Hodema, came, Owerri. When he changed in the second term, Owerri. So you find out that Okigwe had progressively been excluded in Douglas House, both governor and deputy. And Owerri has benefited all through. All through.
So you're saying if Dr. Ikedi Ohakim chooses to contest in 2027, his candidacy will fit into the right interpretation of Charter of Equity.
That's the best way to domesticate the Charter of Equity. That's the best way. Otherwise, Imo is heading towards the precipice.
Okay.
The political cacophony will continue.
Our love here is to hear from the people. So any of the conversations we do have on Groove FM, we ensure that the people participate and we get public perceptions. And of course, I'm sure you must have followed the conversation we're having with the two gentlemen in the studio from the Bring Back Ohakim BBO 2027. Let's have your thoughts and your questions too. What do you make of the opposition on Charter of Equity? Should Dr. Ikedi Ohakim return? Those are questions, solid questions that will define the political landscape ahead of the Gubar election, November 2027 in Imo State. 0911 660 6981 or 0913 838 0808. You can also drop comments for us on our Facebook page. We're streaming there. Let's have your thoughts. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
You're welcome. Good morning.
My name is.
Please move away from your radio set. There is a hold back from your listening device. We won't enjoy the conversation from you.
I'm from our mama.
All right, you're welcome.
My name is Mark Maroni.
There is still hold back. There is still hold back from your listening device, sir.
What they said is the right thing, and I support it. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Do move away so that we can have a very clear and clean conversation. Hello, good morning to you. A beautiful morning to you too. You're welcome.
Yeah, my name is Onyekuru Endeli.
All right.
I'm calling from Hamakoya.
All right.
From yes, talking about Ohakim. Ohakim really have flaws, but there's a good part. One or two parts I like him. That as they rightly said, and give. That time it was trying well. Imo State was very, very clean, you know. But for his flaws, he said he didn't flog a Catholic priest. He's not the one that flogged the Catholic priest, but one of his convoy member flogged a Catholic priest. And the Catholic Church ordered him to render an unreserved apology, which he did. The Catholic priest was not flogged, so it's done by him. But by that time, he was rendered an unreserved apology, as was demanded by the Catholic priest, which he did. If I can tell you the truth, I'm here in the way. By the time he contested, why Ohakim emerged as a governor in that 2011 is because the then governor had a very big problem with Ararume. Ararume is the primary election. The Vanguard carried all over everywhere. Congratulations on your declaration. So it is likely we don't use Ararume. And that another flaw Ohakim has is the dredging of no river. You may ask me how much. 8 billion he used to dredge more river that will lead to where? With 8 billion. So when they say that he did not flog a Catholic priest, he's not the one that used for his eggs.
All right.
In that convoy that day.
Let's allow our guest to respond. Thank you. Let us allow our guest to respond to your contribution. Thank you. I appreciate you there. You heard him.
Yes, my brother. You see, rumor thrives where there is a vacuum. Ohakim is a very humble man. When that incident came, Catholic Church didn't demand apology. He took the entire A school to go and meet His Grace Archbishop Obinna to explain that this is a lie. I didn't flog any Reverend Father, and no Reverend Father was even flogged by anybody on my convoy. They just met the man and said, "Please move." The man moved his vehicle. The convoy continued.
So the Reverend Father was not touched.
Was not touched by anybody.
No, nobody.
They may compel me to call the Reverend Father's name, but I don't want to do it. He's living. I don't want to call the Reverend Father's name because you can't lie against a living person. He's a Catholic priest. I'm a Catholic. And Ndapa Obinna, the immediate elder brother to the Archbishop, he just died 2 weeks back. May his soul rest in peace.
Amen.
Ndapado Binna said, I asked my brother, the Archbishop, when all this whole dust, was there any empirical evidence that Ohakim flogged the Reverend Father? And the Archbishop told him, it was hearsay. It was hearsay. Did he make the Reverend Father?
But was there an altercation between his convoy, those part of the convoy, and the Reverend Father?
No.
Nothing like that.
They were just coming. The Reverend Father mistakenly he was turning, so he blocked the convoy. They said, "Please, Father." He just moved. Nobody even hit the car. Not talk of touching the Reverend Father or dragging him out of the vehicle.
Interesting. Then the issue of dredging that he mentioned.
You see, people don't. The issue of dredging, it was a bond. It was not in physical cash. If you understand how bonds are executed, and now go to that one river. It has become a tourist site now. The present government, under private partnership arrangement, is still now turning that place into a tourist heaven. That was Ohakim's concept. What he intended to do.
Okay.
However, also,
yes,
the 9 billion he's talking
quickly,
about.
we'll return to you, Vulnerable. Someone is on the line. We'll allow you.
Hello, good morning. Welcome, sir.
That. Hello. You're welcome.
I had the conversation. I enjoyed it. I know the time of Ohakim. I live in Owerri, I live in Aba. You know everything that happened. We used to come from Aba to Owerri. Most of our activities in Owerri. So I really love Ohakim house. Anytime we from Aba come to Owerri, we live like we have traveled down to, one of the European countries. We respect ourselves when we, Aba is a kind of atmosphere. We live and how we do things and how, but when we get to where we was blessed in Nigeria by then. One of the need.
Oh goodness.
But you cannot use that time and compare what is happening now. Where the capital now is one of the days. Remember when my uncle's brother from Akwa was said to visit in a way. It's what? Is it the state capital? Is it the one that we get everywhere? No. No. It's not.
Can you change your location? Your voice
please.
is breaking.
I need to Ohakim.
All right.
The Reverend Father Flog by Ohakim. I think that was a scandal. We didn't know what they can do just at their political.
All right. Thank you. We're struggling to catch up with what you're saying, but I think we're able to get the majority of what we're saying. We will return to Vulnerable definitely to expand on that issue of dredging. I am sure he wants to say something. Hello, good morning to you. You're welcome. Good morning.
Michael Oni
Yes,
and
sir.
my sister Angel.
She's
Thank
saying
you
good
very
morning.
much.
Good morning, sir. Welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yes. I'm happy. I have a brother there from Ike who is in the studio. Yes. Please, Imolite, we should allow the president that of the SPP introduce the president governor to stay. Let us commend the house. Yes. Our resolution after the tenure of this present governor, might have ruled Imo State for, let me say, 24 years. Am I right?
You're correct.
Yes. Now, if Okigwe have ruled, forget about who was the deputy governor, he's just a standby director. Okigwe have ruled for 4 years. Owerri zone is larger than Okigwe zone by local government, even by population, everything. We should be carefully agree that Owerri zone should produce the next governor. After Owerri have completed their term of 8 years or whatever, you go back to Okigwe zone. Please, Imolite, let the sleeping dog lie. What we want is performance.
All right.
Udoma did his best when he was in the office. That does not mean that if he's coming back again, he will continue from where he left. Because the political scenario now is not the same as that time. It was a change of circumstance because PDP lost at that election that produced him, and they don't want the candidate that will come. Who won that election that time was from where zone. It's about what they are about for what. But the PDP government that they don't want him. That's how it comes from PPA. Let us take the fact. Allow the sleeping dog to lie. Let the way zone produce the next governor. After that, Okibe will take.
All right.
Although have ruled for good 24 years. Thank you, God bless you.
Thank you. Bless you too.
From Amawu. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate you for sharing your thoughts with us there. Hello. Good morning to you.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Mike.
You're welcome.
Good morning. Welcome.
Yeah. Good morning, Madam Angela.
Good morning, Catches. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. My name is Catherine Epuha, and I'm calling from my community, Avo, in the Owerri West Local Government. Yeah, good morning, the guests in the studio.
Good morning, my brother.
Okay, thank you very much for coming. I want to say something. Now, first of all, congratulations to His Excellency. So when they asked you of his age, you said that he turned 69 this year. And that people will celebrate it next year when he's 70. Immediately he said that, I checked my calculator and I checked how old His Excellency was when he was governor. And I found out that he was 50 years after 2007 when he was governor. Now, someone who was 50 years after 2007 is coming back again 20 years after. Because by next year he will be 70. So he's coming 20 years after. At 70 to still become a governor of Imo State. Now my question is, what is the hope of we, the younger generation? Now, President Buhari, when he was there, we saw how old he was when he was president. The present president now, we know his age. If you look at presidents like France, Liberia and others, you see young leaders who are even presidents. And someone at 70, you are campaigning for someone who is 70 to become governor. What happened to the younger ones? Which means that his commissioner for youth will even be 60 years. That's why I even commend Governor Hope Uzodinma for appointing a very young youth to be commissioner for youth. That is the way it should be. So my first question is this. What is the hope of our younger ones if we are pushing 70 years for governor? That's my first question. Mike, please wait. My second question is, wait, I have two questions, please.
Okay, take the second quickly.
You have to be brief
Yes,
with the second question.
Mr. Mike is always bridging me.
You have to be brief with the second
I'm
question.
coming
You
now.
can't take
My
it.
Oh yeah, you are taking time. Oh yeah, okay, gentlemen.
My second
Okay.
question is this. We are pushing for Owerri zone. Okigwe have taken 4 years. Olu have taken 34 years. Owerri zone only 7 months. So for equity's sake, I learned someone there is from Ikedi. We are in Owerri zone. Please, for equity's sake, let us support Owerri zone for governorship. That is only equity we have. Okigwe have taken 4. Let them calm down. Let the Owerri zone take their turn. But please answer my question.
Thank you.
Right, thank you,
from
Catchison. I appreciate it. 2 questions from Catchison there. One on age, the second one on the Charter of Equity. Let's get your response.
Sir, we've heard him clearly. That's his personal opinion. And the issue of age, we know Dr. Ikedi Ohakim very well. By his calculation is very wrong. Very, very wrong. And Ohakim wasn't 60 as at the time he was governor.
No, he said 50.
And so his age now we are pronouncing is the actual age.
No, Catchison was saying that he was 50 then and that he's coming 20 years after to want to be a governor.
He wasn't 50 then. He wasn't 50 then. He was less than 50. Remember, his name is Ochinamata. That is a title given to him by his people. If he was 50, they won't call him Ochinamata.
Well, anyway, that's so
that is that.
Yes, particularly on the
He's also talking about countries with
youth involvement in his government, if at all if he becomes the next governor of Imo State.
When Obasanjo was president, we saw the technocrats who were working with him as ministers. They were younger than him. He delivered. When Buhari was president, we also saw the people who worked with him. The position of a governor or a president, never minding his age, does not insist that it must be people within his age bracket that must be commissioners or ministers. Even when Ohakim was in government, you saw people who were far older than him, who were commissioners. And so the issue of age here now does not make it difficult for the youth to participate. Moreover, when you look at his policies, you saw that his policies were youth-friendly. It was mass-based. He granted them that grace enough to breach all protocols and have access to governance. And so he has not changed. Moreover, now he is more matured and he's more exposed. On the issue of the equity he's talking about,
yes,
I want to remind him and the rest of the people who are in his school of thought that while I was a student in University of Ibadan, if it is in the 4th week that we had a student demonstration, after 7 months we go and come back because of strike or one or two issues, the Senate will say, where are the 4th week when we were interrupted? Therefore, the school begins in the 5th week. That is what clear conscience requires. No fast forwarding. You won't stop Okigwe take their turn to compensate Owerri. I said what Okigwe has suffered for the past 24 years is an exclusion. And the moment they have this mindset, the place will be restless, there will be restive, and it will not flow.
Okay.
I want to come in there.
Okay, quickly.
Yes. You see, Okigwe zone is the most underdeveloped zone in Imo State. As a matter of fact, Okigwe zone, you can rank it as the IDP, internally displaced persons of Imo State. The entire government apparatchik, the entire infrastructure, federal, state, everything is concentrated in Owerri zone.
So you think it is because they've not really had chance to be the governor?
Yes, because the governance has a lot to do with it. You attract federal infrastructure here and there. Owerri keeps developing everything. Chief Tony Chuku once asked, say, Owerri zone, if you people want governor, give us the state capital, the governor. Up to date, nobody has answered that man. No. Nobody has replied him. Take the governance and give us the state capital.
Check the number of institutions in Owerri. Check the number of universities in Olo zone now.
This is inequity.
And tell us the one that is in Okigwe.
And you can't repeat that to paper.
Okay, the lines are buzzing. I really want us to take as many comments as possible.
Fine.
Maybe we just take a block of calls, then you can respond to all the calls. Hello, good morning to you. You're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Angela.
Good morning. Welcome, sir.
Our guest there, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Ahmad that calls from Uche Street in Owerri.
You're welcome, Mama.
Yeah, the fact still remains that we are not discussing age here. As far as I'm concerned, good governance is not a function of age. That is my belief, and that is what I hold for. So it doesn't matter Ohakim's age. The bottom line here is that in terms of equity, Okigwe zone has been marginalized. The governorship position, whether in place of deputy governor position or the governor proper position, the fact remains that Okigwe zone has been marginalized. and there is no doubt about it. But the problem then, there are 2 or 3 major problems that led to Ohakim not completing his 8 terms governorship office. One of them is that of the rumor, whether it was rumor or not, I do not know, that he flogged the Reverend Father. That one is obvious. In fact, it was the straw that broke the camel's back. So that is it. Another thing is that Hakim was accused of being arrogant. He was floating an elitist government in Imo State then. There was a popular statement credited to Hakim then, which he said that if you don't have up to ₦1 million, you are not qualified to live in Owerri municipal. You should go to your village and stay. That was another thing.
All right, sir.
So, yeah, that is my position. I'm up from
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take calls. Let's take calls.
Calling me gatekeeper. Hello, good morning to you.
Morning, my name is Kingsley. I'm calling from Owerri.
All right,
Good
Kingsley,
morning,
you're
Kingsley.
welcome.
And I'm from Owerri zone.
Okay,
Welcome.
you're welcome, Kingsley.
Brother, please, made us understand that Constitution of Nigeria made it 4 years. It's not 8 years. Hakim has his own 4 years from Ikedi zone. Second time is not a constitutional right. 4 years is your turn. If you lose it, you lose it. Ikedi zone have your comfortable 4 years. The zone now that is materializing is Owerri zone. Simple and short. But we know our governor is intelligent. He knows what to do. Finally, Owerri zone must have it. Thank you.
All right, thank you for sharing your thoughts with us there. Hello, good morning to you. 0911 660 6981 or 0913 838 0808. Good morning to you. Okay, you're not ready for us. Are you there? Okay, hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us.
All
right.
Good morning, welcome.
Mr. Angela, good morning.
Good morning. Quickly, please.
Gentlemen on the studio, good morning.
Gentlemen, thank you, my brother. Gentleman there.
Yeah. Mr. What I want to say is this. The gentlemen on the studio, definitely they are Hakim's age. This is just what is happening in within this Ohakim and Tinubu. Ohakim went to visit Tinubu. After the visit, the age of Wala, they started talking. So anybody can support his master. Understand? But what I want to tell them in terms of sanitation, we don't know what happened with him and the Reverend Father. I am not there. Some of the callers are not there. Only God knows. But let us allow this equity to continue. It will help us because Owerri zone and Olu zone should make sure that equity continue. If they don't agree this equity to happen, Olu zone will still continue because in population and local government they are more than us. So Owerri zone and Ikedi zone should calm down and make sure that this equity should continue so that it will reach everybody. Minus that, Olu will take it again. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Let's return to our guest in the studio because of our time. You heard the callers there. Of course, you felt the pulse of the people. How will you react to some of their contributions there?
Yeah, the caller before the last one said the constitution made it 4 years. That is an aberration. I don't think he has full grasp of what the constitution says. It is an 8-year tenure. First 4 years, if you are re-elected, you go again, maximum 8 years. So if anybody is talking of going beyond 8 years, that's why you talk about unconstitutionality. So he got it wrong. So that is that. On the issue of Owerri zone taking, I keep telling people, you don't rob Peter to pay Paul. If you want to talk about equity, somebody was robbed. A group of people were robbed. And what equity demands, go back to where it was truncated. Rectify it from there. It will naturally flow. This equity works in Abia, in Enugu, in Anambra, in Ebonyi. It's not a law, but it's a gentleman agreement. It's a kind of convention. And the entire people of the state is buying into it. The danger is, the last time the governor met with the Elders Council, I want to refer to what the last person said. Say, Owerri, go and reconcile with Okigwe people. His Excellency Governor Opuzodoma is a very intelligent man. He said, go and reconcile with Okigwe. Harmonize yourselves. That statement was deep. But the last caller has just given you a tip of what could happen if that reconciliation does not come to pass.
Okay.
So they should allow Okigwe complete their tenure seamlessly. It will transit to
this is one conversation that will never end, and we can assure our listener that this is one conversation that we're planning to have. We have representatives from all the zones to discuss the Charter of Equity. That conversation will happen in this month of August on Groove FM. But we want to thank the gentlemen in the studio from the Bring Back Ohakim BBO 2027, Ikedi Ohakim Esquire. He's the Director of Media and Publicity, of course a journalist too. But how are you able to strike a balance between supporting somebody and of course doing your job?
Journalism is a vocation.
Okay.
It's a vocation, it's a passion.
And it doesn't affect it.
No, it doesn't.
Your neutrality is always there.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And also Venerable Amarachi Kuduru, PhD, a member Strategic Leadership Council BBO 2027. Thank you for joining us this morning, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you. My co-host, she's smiling. I don't know why she's smiling.
This has been probably the toughest program for me, having to play on a line. So thank you. No, it was deliberate. It was deliberate. So somebody doesn't call and ask if I'm okay. I'm okay. It was deliberate.
Right.
Kennedy understands. Thank you for doing this with us. Let's do this again tomorrow. I wish you a splendid morning. My name is. Oh, sorry. We got a message from one of our platforms. Merema is on my neck, and this person says the idea behind the program of To Who It May Concern, a radio program hosted by late Sister E, was to allow government know the concerns of the people. I remember the Ohakim's government through Iroma gave a swift attention to such calls from the public. I personally experienced it at World Bank. People in other parts of Imo also testified to the effectiveness of Iroma during the days of Ohakim. Ohakim constructed the Adua Drive to ease traffic congestion at the control roundabout, and I support the call for Ohakim. That's our show. My name is Angela Unko Akbolu. Have a beautiful morning.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day. My name is Michael Oni.
As the rhythm they sweet, it they make your body move. News, talk, music complete. Groove FM now the real groove. From morning shows to the late night jam, we they give you correct program. People make you sabi say Groove FM go brighten your day. Anytime where you tune that dial, happiness go fill your mind. Groove FM, they make you smile, giving you the perfect ride. Groove 98.1. Oh, na. Into with you, we they groove you well. Music where they touch your soul. Body, grandma. From Owerri to the world, we they shine forever. 98.1. Oh, baby. Anywhere you there, we they lift your mood. Groove FM, the heartbeat of the town. Always, always into it with you. Oh, yeah, no, yeah,
ki na asu ude. O dikwa mma.
Nwanne m ahụsiele m anya okwu mgbu ahụ mgbu. Lekwa ka afọ m na-ekwu egbe juwai. Ọkụ anaghị akasị m n'ahụ na-ejiri mara m. Ịnọkwana nke ka nke m na anaghị m enwezi mmasị ịbanye n'ihe ọrụ abụrụzi akụkọ. Nwanne m ike ọnọdụ dị otu abụla m.
Dede. Ịnọ n'ọdọnụ taa. Pọchi nkịtị. Ọ bụ anyị n'ụbeghị maka Divine Solution Herbal Care.
Olekwa nke bụ Divine Solution Herbal Care. Okwu ihe ndị a niile ka a na-agụ ebe niile. Ihe ndị a niile agwụkwala m ike.
Ngwa gị nụ ntị ka ngwa gị. O nwere ihe dị iche n'ebe na-egbe. Sokpoto na shọkọta abụghị otu ihe o. Divine Solution Herbal Care bụ ọkọpị dị n'ọrụ mgbọrọgwụ. Ele ka o si eme gị. Ọ bụ atụghị atụ. Ị naghị eme ụṅara dịka nwoke. Ị naghị akpọfa hụ wing gị. Ịkọpas ọkpọ n'ogwe. Emeelu ụmụala over the bar. Dịka nwaanyị mgbalịrị okwu onwe gị anya o. Ndị nwa gị na-agbapụta mmiri. Bịakwa aka n'ukwu ala afọ gị. Ị na-ahụta ihe gbara ọkpụrụkpụ okwute. Nwanne ekwekwala ka njem eminago. Divine Solution nọ na number 67/79 Douglas Road, opposite Amawo side na Owerri. Or Divine Solution Herbal Care. Gere gị ntụziaka ga-anapụta gị n'aka nrịanrịa. 08038961980. 08038961980. Divine Solution Herbal Care. Wandele, ọnwa afọ n'anya ekwe o.
Ndị onye ọma na-ege ntị na nkezi ata anyị na ndị Divine Solution nọ ọ ga-adị mma ka ha kọwatara anyị nke ha jiri bịa.
Ndeewenu ndị ọma na-ege m ntị. Anyị nwe ndị ụlọ ọrụ Divine Solution Herbal Care. Anyị na-eji mgbọrọgwụ eme ihe ịrịba ama. Ọ bụghị n'ike aka anyị. Ọ bụ amamihe na ntụziaka Chukwu jiri gọzie anyị. Ka anyị nye aka tọpụ ụmụ mmadụ na-agbụ nrịanrịa. Ụmụnne m o, anyị eburila ihe ọma bata n'Owerri. Ụlọ ọrụ anyị dị na nọmba 69/79 Douglas Road, Owerri, opposite Amawosa, Owerri. Agbajokwala ịkọpịrị akara fonu anyị 08038961980. Ihe anyị na-eleba anya bụ ihe niile gbasara nje n'ụdị ọbụla o siri debata isi. Mgbọrọgwụ dị ike ga-eti ya riri yochapụ ya. Ị nwere onwe gị wee kwere oyoyo. Ị bụ nwoke mana nnụnụ ka ị na-aza nwoke. Ị naghị enwe mmasị. Odogwu nwoke gị anaghị eme ụṅara. Ịbanye n'egwu ebe ọkọrọkọrọ n'odu ibutuola. Onwekata ka itinye isi na gear2. Gịnị kpatara ya? Ike ọgwụgwụ, inweghị ume, shọt niile na-akụ anaghị abanye. Agba ọkụọ n'ogbe. Nwanne m nwoke, gịnị na-eme? Ọ pụtara baba amaghị akpụ ka ọ bụ na agụba adịghị nkọ. Divine Solution ga-ebugo ndị ụzọ nyochaa gị ahụ, chọpụta ihe bụ nsogbu tupu enyezie gị ntụziaka ahụ gị chọrọ. Maka nwere onwe bụ ịgba kpọọ 08038961980. 08038961980.
Kedụ ihe ndị na-abụ mmadụ ohụ ihe ndị dị otu ahụ ya mara na ya enwetala nje ọrịa ndị dị otu a?
Nje na-akpa ike dị egwu. Elegharakwala ya anya maka na eme ngwa ngwa emeghara ọdachi, megharakwa ọnọdụ gbata ihe ndị ọ ga-abụ ịhụta. Ị mara na nje ezibatago isi n'ahụ gị bụ mgbe ọkụ bịara ha kasịwa gị n'ahụ. Ụfọdụ na-abịa kpụrụ mmiri n'ọnụ na-ekpo ọkụ, ma ọ bụkwanụ ịbịagwewe nwoke ahụ mgbu, afọ ịcha ọkụ, afọ na-eme mkpọtụ, ime ahụ amalite ire ọkụ dịka ebe akwanyere ọkụ, oke ike ọgwụgwụ, akpịrị ịkpọ nkụ, ịbịazie na-ata ahụ dịka ị naghị eri nri, irizekwana obere nri afọ ekokpuru, oke ọnyụnyụ mamịrị, nkeji ole na ole gbapụ iro. Ọ na-ebutekwa ahụ mkpọnwụ. O nwere ike site n'isi ọnwa oge ahụ ruo n'ụkwụ. Ụkwara ike mgbe ụfọdụ ọ na-akpatụkwa aka n'anya. Ife ụzọ abụrụzie nsogbu. Ụfọdụ ka ọ na-eme anya ịkọkọ na-agba mmiri. Ịchọwa ịgụ akwụkwọ iburu igbo anya. Divine Solution nọ na nọmba 69/79 Douglas Road na ncherịta ihu Amawosa. Kpọọ Divine Solution maka ezi ntụziaka 08038961980. 08038961980.
Unu na-elebakwa anya n'ihe gbasara ndị nke nwaanyị.
Nje na-emekpa ma nwoke ma nwaanyị ahụ. Ọ na-eme nwaanyị ncha. Ọ bụ ya na-ebutere nwaanyị ịnọdụ ogologo oge na alụmdi mana o nweghị ihe ga-eji gosi. Ọ bụ ya na-ebutekwa atụrụ ọpụọ. Ụfọdụ na-ama otu ụzọ abịa kpọchie. Gịnị mere o ji dị otu a? Nwaanyị ibe m ejiri mara gị n'ọnwa ọ na-agbakwa nke ọma otu kwesịrị. Mgbe ụfọdụ ọkpọchie ọnwa 3 ọnwa 4 ọ pụtabeghị. Ọ bịawa ọta kpọmkpọm, abalị abụọ ọ kwụsị. Ụfọdụ ụmụ nwaanyị anaghị eyipụta akwa kwa ọnwa. Ụfọdụ ka nri nwa ha na-agba mmiri. Apịa aka n'ugbo ala afọ gị a na-ahụta ihe dịka okwute, osi ike nọchiere gị n'akpa nwa. Bịazie bụrụ agada gbachiri ụzọ, ewala ike gị dịka mmadụ. Nwa ihe dị iche iche mana isi apụtaghị. Ịlakpu ụra ọ bụrụ akwa ka ị na-ebe. Nwaanyị ibe m ngwa hichaa anya mmiri. Divine Solution ji ihe ahụ ị na-achọ. Anọ na nọmba 69/79 Douglas Road na ncherịta ihu Amawosa na Douglas Road na Owerri. Ngwalikwa akara ekwentị a kpọọ ya n'ihi na ọ dị mkpa. 08038961980. 08038961980.
Thinking of ways to celebrate your loved ones on their special day? Need